Hey guys, it's Rady Rogers back with the new part to What If Naruto Ran from the Leaf. And sorry, this video is coming out late. Schools just started, and I had to go in like 2 days again. So videos will be like 4 to 5 days, but I'll try and make it to 3 days also for the upload schedule. And also, I'm doing this video because you guys kept asking for it. And also, thank you for 325 subscribers. I mean, I never thought that we would get that far in just like 2 weeks. So thank you. When the 300 sub special would be what if Asta was a troll hunter. The thumbnails on the screen, yeah, from Tales of Arcadia. Okay, so let's get to the recap. Oh wait, I forgot something. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment on the next what if you want me to do or a new idea. And now let's get started to the recap. So last time we left off, Naruto just ran from the leaf and ended up in the mountain range. He was found by an old man with a resemblance to a monkey. As the old man took him to a mountain where Naruto woke up and also talked for a bit, and he made the choice to stay since he had nowhere else to go. He lived there until he was 10, familiarizing himself with the locals, helping out in the village, and also training with the king and also the ninja in the villages. And also having a final fight with his master, which ended up in a tie. As after he said goodbye to everyone, after the battle, he decided that he wanted to explore the world for a while, so he decided to say goodbye to everyone and left the mountain. On his travels, he fought many foes such as Zabuza and Haku, and also helped a few Jinchuriki, Gaara. And that's pretty much the recap, so yeah, let's get into the actual story. So after the fight with Zabuza, Naruto traveled some more, as he ran into the fourth-house Jinchuriki Roshi, as Roshi would ask Naruto if he was an enemy or a friend, as Naruto said, depending on what you do or how you act, as Roshi calms down a bit. As Naruto says, so what is a fellow Jinchuriki like you doing outside of your village? As Roshi is surprised and gets in a fighter stance and asks, how do you know that I'm a Jinchuriki? As Naruto says, calm down, my tail beast told me. As Roshi says, you have a tail beast? As Naruto nods his head. As Roshi asks Son Goku, the four-tailed beast, if he's telling the truth. As Son Goku says, I can assure you it's true. And it seems to be the nine tails, but be wary of the boy. He isn't human. Not human, huh? Well, I can't sense what he is because of the nine tails chakra. Started blocking my senses. It's strange. As Roshi says, I'll ask him then. As Roshi asks Naruto if he is human, as Naruto says, expected of Son Goku. Except for the Son Goku, or the four tails, whatever you want to call him. As Roshi says, how do you know his name? As Naruto says, the nine tails told me. I assume he told you. And yes, I am not human. I am a monkey from Mount Hayagawa. I was human once though. As Roshi says, once? I'll explain. As he explained the curse of the mountain, as Roshi says, I see, as he comes down. As Roshi asks, but I heard that the nine tails Jinchuriki was at the hidden leaf. As Naruto says, well, as he explains why he ran away from his village. I see. I'm sorry. Don't me, my life's great. I have a master, a surrogate brother, and also villagers that actually need me. And the nine tails, he's my friend. As Roshi says, wait, you're friends with the nine tails? As Naruto says, yeah, he was my first friend. Don't know what I would do without him. As Naruto says, don't you forget it. As Naruto says, so could you answer my previous question? As Roshi says, oh yeah, I live near this forest. As Naruto says, is that so? Then where's your village? As Roshi says, I don't belong to any village. I don't belong to any village. It's nice living alone. And Naruto says, well, good for you then. But can I ask for a favor? As Roshi says, and what would this favor be? As Naruto says, if you have the time, could you teach me some jutsus? As Roshi says, sure, I got nothing to do. As we skip like 3 weeks, as it's been 5 months since Naruto left the mountain, as he would have learned some lava style jutsu from Roshi. As I said in the previous part, he has wind, fire, lightning, and earth. Yeah, those are his jutsus. As he would have learned some lava style jutsu from Roshi and also some martial arts from Son Goku, as he thanks them before leaving. We do another time skip as it's been 2 years, and during this time Naruto would have met some dragons, as he saved one of them from being captured by the Cloud Village as they were trying to capture the dragon to make it a weapon. Naruto saved the dragon from being captured by the Cloud Anbu, which got him a spot in the Bingu book as an A to pretty close to S class shinobi, as he took down 5 Jonin, 7 Chunin, and 5 Genin. As he took them all out. After the fight, he asked if the dragon needed any assistance, as he sees that the dragon is injured. As the dragon says to take him to his home, as Naruto says, home? As the dragon points to a volcano with a bunch of smoke clouds surrounding it, as Naruto carries the relatively medium-sized dragon. It's like the size of a school bus, which is big, but it's just a kid. And if you're wondering why Naruto can lift him, it's because Naruto's a Hyugawan monkey with most of the human features and a tail, which if you watch part 1 you would understand that the more humanoid they look, the more stronger they are. And their tails would fall out when they're like at a certain level of power. Yeah. As he carries the dragon to the mountain, carries the dragon to the volcano, as they end up near a wall of sort of, what should I say, smoke clouds. Yeah. As Naruto asks the dragon why there's a wall of smoke here, as he tries to get through, but when he goes in, he comes back out for some reason, as he keeps trying to do this, but he's just being stopped by the wall. As he asks the dragon if this is normal, as the dragon says, hey, yes, that is the barrier that keeps any intruders from entering the volcano. As he tells Naruto to step back, the dragon walks up to the door limping, as he speaks in a weird language, as the last word he said was normal, as he said open, as the smoke clouds clear up to see a cave. As Naruto says, is that it? As the dragon nods. The dragon says if he wants to come in, he could. Naruto says he doesn't want to interrupt anything, as the dragon says, nonsense, you have saved me. It's the least I could do. As Naruto says, okay. As the dragon invites him in. When Naruto goes into the cave, all he sees are dragons, up, down, and all around. As when he entered, the dragon started to surround him, as the dragons say, what is this thing doing here? As Naruto says, I'm not a thing, I'm a monkey, as he shows his tail. The dragons are surprised about this, as they say, Hyugawan monkey, huh? Never seen one this up close before, as they start to examine him by poking him As Naruto says, "Stop, that tickles," as he starts laughing. The dragon Naruto saves shouts stop as the other dragons look at him and say, "My prince, you have returned." As Naruto stops laughing and says, "Prince?" As the dragon says, "Yes, child. I am unfortunately the prince of the dragons." As Naruto says, "Wait, if you're a prince, then how old are you?" As the dragon coughs and says, 120. As one of the dragons say, "That's not true, he's at least 11 in human years." As Naruto says, "Oh, so we are the same age. And by the way, I didn't catch your name." As the dragon says, "Oh, it's Tempest." One of the dragons in the crowd says, "Last we saw the prince, he had just been playing in the outskirts of the volcano. He had been missing for a few days." As Naruto says, "How did you not know? He was attacked and captured by the Cloud Ninja." As the dragons are shocked, as some of them say, "They're still after us even after we helped them defend in the Third Shinobi War. This is how they repay us." As they ask the prince how he escaped, as the young dragon pointed to Naruto. As Naruto explains the whole situation, the dragons say that they should have put some guards around as they thank Naruto. We hear a deep voice as we hear, has my son returned?" As a big blue dragon comes out of the crowd, as all the dragons there bow. As Naruto asks the prince, "Who's that?" As the prince says, "My father, king of the dragons, Raka." As he bows down, and so does Naruto. As Raka says, "My son, I'm glad that you're okay, but who is this monkey with you?" As Tempest says, "He was the one who saved me, father." As the king says, "Is that so?" As he bows down to Naruto. As Naruto says, "You don't have to bow. So anyone would have done." As the king says, "We owe you a great debt, boy. I cannot thank you enough. So please ask for anything." As Naruto says, "No thank you." As the other lower dragons from the crowd look at him menacingly and says, "Ask nicely." As Naruto says, okay, you don't have to threaten me about it." As he asks if he could earn a summoning from them, or learn some jutsus from them. As the king says, "A summoning could be arranged, but our techniques take years to master. Well, if you really want to learn some of our techniques, that would be sage training." As Naruto asks, "Sage training?" Well, sage training is the training and measures required to become a sage. It's just as vigorous and demanding, and similar in some regards, requiring one to have massive chakra reserves and come to adopt a natural energy, not for the pursuit of immortality, but to become harmonized with the flow of the world around them. As Naruto says, "Well, you don't need to worry about chakra reserves, I got a lot." Sorry about that, guys. My brother was bothering me again. So yeah, okay. So last time we left off. Yeah, I know I'm not in the recap. Okay, let me give me some time. Okay, as Naruto says, well, I don't need to worry about chakra reserves. I got a lot. And I'm full of nature energy, which is good, but controlling that is another story. As Raka says, then this should be easy. Sure, controlling nature energy is hard, but over time it's a thing you can master. And if you do master it, you will be the first human, I mean the first monkey to be the monkey or person to be the first ever dragon sage in the history of the dragons. As Naruto says, whoa. So, do you accept? As Naruto says, yes. I don't have anything else better to do. As Raka says, good. You're training because tomorrow. As Naruto would be enduring hellish training, meditating, and also learning their fighting styles and jutsus. And also one forbidden jutsu he made, as he prepared this jutsu just in case, in a sort of last resort, as he skipped 2 years. Naruto is at the cave's entrance as Raka and Tempest are there to see him off, as Naruto thanks them for letting him stay all those years ago. As Raka says, it's the least we could do, Master Naruto. As Naruto says, I told you to stop calling me that. As Tempest says, sorry Naruto, you're the first dragon sage of all time, so I guess it's obligatory to say master, for him at least, and everyone else I guess. Yeah, as he scratches his head, as he says to Tempest, and again, thanks for being my summoning. As Tempest says, no prob. As Naruto says goodbye as he leaves waving. If you're wondering how Naruto looks, it's like in the thumbnail, but with a blue cloak and those tips he has around his eyes. And also his bingo rank would have been like increased to an S now, because there have been some rumors about him being on the Dragon Mountain and never leaving. Never leaving, but they still hear some noises of him battling, so yeah. We skip to the hidden leaf, as Satsuki would be on the same level as Kid Itachi right now, which is pretty OP as it is, and she has a 3-to-1 Sharingan and also some other jutsus. And Mama and Mita would have been trained by Kushina and Jiraiya to the point where they can control up to the 2-tail cloak of the 9 tails. Well, Naruto could go up to 6 tails since he still doesn't have the gate seal yet. So yeah. And since the Uchiha clan didn't die, Itachi and Shishu are alive, and Danzo is still in prison. Well, for now. With Itachi, he would still be looking for Naruto, searching every lead he could find, but he could never find Naruto. Well, until one day, as Itachi was looking through the bingo book, as he wanted to find someone he heard that who looked a lot like Naruto, as he stumbles upon the demon monkey of Hyugawa, as he reads the description. Yeah, Naruto would have made a name for himself, so yeah. As Itachi thinks, demon monkey? As he searches it for any information about it, as he comes across a drawing of what it seems to be a blonde boy with long hair, blue eyes with a cross pattern, and a blue cloak and vest, and a tail, as he thinks this looks a lot like Naruto, but he's too tall to be a 12-year-old, as he looks at the description. Age 12, height same as Shippuden, appearance blonde long hair, blue eyes with a split cross in the middle, one scar on his eye and 2 tips at the end of his eyes with whiskers, as Itachi thinks whiskers as he looks at his bio. Avoid at all costs. Abilities unknown. Fighting styles unknown. Nature transformation 4. 4. 4. Transformations 4. Summonings dragons. And it says nothing about sage training yet, since this was like last week and Naruto just left like 2 weeks ago, so yeah. As Itachi is shocked to see that it says he's summoning his dragon as he goes to Satsuki. When he arrives, we see that Sasuke, Memma and Mito, Team 7, just finished a D-rank mission as they are relaxing on a nearby park as he calls Satsuki. Satsuki asks why Itachi is there as Itachi says if they could talk in private, as Sasuke is confused and says sure as they go somewhere in private. Memma and Mito are suspicious but decide to ask her later as Itachi says to Sasuke, as he says, Satsuki, I think I found Naruto, as Satsuki's eyes widen as she says, you found Naruto? Where? As Itachi shows her the bingo book as she reads it. Mount Hyugawa. Do you know where that is? As Itachi says, yes, but it's a place that I can't get to. As Sasuke asks why. Well, legends say that if you there's only legends say that the only way you can climb that mountain. Oh wait, sorry, wrong line. Okay. It says if you climb that mountain, there's a curse that will fall upon you. Curse? Yes, apparently if you spend more than a few nights there, you'll be branded by the bark of death. You survive, even worse, you lose your humanity. You lose your humanity. As Itachi says, as Satsuki says, a monkey, then how did Naruto not turn into one? As Itachi says, we don't know if that's actually Naruto, but it's probably not one of the regular monkeys. I think it's a Hyugawan monkey, but those are only stories of legend. It said the last one that was alive was Emma, the Lord Hiruzen summoned. As Satsuki asks what a Hyugawan monkey is, as Itachi explains. As Satsuki says, but if it was Naruto, then how did he climb the mountain? As Itachi says, that I don't know, but we need to see if this person is Naruto. As Satsuki says, yeah, we should look later. As Itachi says that he'll look into it, and also then they should, and she should get back to her team, as they both agree. We skip to Naruto as he was writing a letter to Monkey King Emma as he sends it off with the hawk. As he says, well, I better start working as he starts his journey to go to Mount Yogawa. During this journey, he would beat up a lot of bandits that tried to rob him since he took the dangerous path for some reason. I mean, he likes to live on the edge, but still, yeah. So yeah. A while later, the hawk arrived at Mount Yogawa as Emma was training some ninjas. As the hawk came to him as it landed on his arm. As Emma thought, a message? As he opened it, as it says, hey big bro Emma, it's Naruto. Just wanna let you know that I'm coming back in a few weeks. Please don't throw a party. Please don't throw a party. We already had enough of those. With respect, Naruto. As Emma says he's coming back. as he shouts, "He's coming back!" The ninjas ask who's coming back, as Emma says, "Naruto is coming back." As most of the people in the village heard it, as they begin to celebrate, as they say, "We should have a party. We should have a party for him." Well, since Naruto's like their little brother, so yeah. And as Emma says, "Yeah, we should." So forgetting the part about not having a party. So yeah. He skipped to a week as Naruto is in the land of babes, as he is on a bridge that is being built, as he thinks this looks new, as mist begins to surround the area as he is in, as Naruto thinks, well, this is familiar, as he senses chakra in the mist, as he shouts, "Zabuza, are you here?" as Haku comes out and tries to hit Naruto with Senbon, as Naruto catches them all with his bare hands, as he says, "Good to see you too, Haku." As Haku says, "Naruto, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were here." Oh, sorry. Right. As Haku says, "Naruto, I didn't see you there. What are you doing here in Wave?" As Naruto says, "Well, I was going home after my journey, and I was going home after my journey, and I had to cross Wave to get there. So yeah." "Is that so? Well, could you take another route? We're doing official business," as Naruto asks. "Official business?" "Yeah, we were hired by Gato to kill the bridge builder," as Naruto asks why, as Haku explains why Gato needs the bridge builder dead. As Naruto says, "Well, I can't have you do that. Can I, Haku?" As Haku says, "Well, you asked for it. For Lord Zabuza," as he begins to fight Naruto. As the fight continues on for a minute, as Naruto's had enough of this, as he neck chops him, knocking Haku out. As he says, "Now where's Zabuza?" With Naruto dragging Haku's unconscious body. With Zabuza, he's having the fight with Kakashi, as Zabuza is about to cast the water trap. But before he could, he was about to cast the water trap. He does, and Kakashi is still stuck. Kakashi is still stuck there, as the water prison jutsu suddenly breaks, as Zabuza thinks, "What the hell?" as he looks at where the attack came from, as he sees Naruto, as Zabuza stutters, as Zabuza says, "Naruto?" Alright, sorry guys, I'm looking for something. Okay, I found it. I was shocked that Naruto was there. Naruto's there with Haku, as he says, "What are you doing here, Naruto?" As Naruto says, "Long story short, head into Hyugawa, wanted to see you again, and also go through Rev so I can take the scenic route. But apparently I found this. Well, that's the end of my tale, so what about you?" As Zabuza says, "Okay, but can you step back for a bit? I have a bridge builder to kill." As Naruto says, "I can't let you kill the bridge builder." "What?" As Zabuza looks at Naruto with a furious look, as Naruto says, "Do you really think that Gato would actually pay you after your job is done?" As Zabuza says, "Well, we made a deal." As Naruto says, deal? Then tell me something. Have you ever heard of a bounty hunter who worked for Gato? As Zabuza thinks and says, well, yes. Well, yes, plenty. That was actually alive. As Zabuza can't find anything to say. As he thinks for a bit, as he says to Naruto, you're right. He was never going to pay us. As he's angry at himself for believing Haku. Well, with Kakashi, who is struggling for breath as he's thinking, who is this person? As he hears the word Naruto, as he says, wasn't that Minato Sensei's son? As he interrupts their conversation by saying, Naruto, is that you? As Naruto says, who wants to know? As Kakashi says, it's Kakashi. Oh yeah, the student of Dad, right? As Kakashi says, yes. So why are you here? As Kakashi explains the mission to him. As Memma says, don't explain the mission to a rogue. As Naruto says, good to see you too, Memma. As Memma says, how do you know my name? As Naruto says, it's Naruto, your brother. As Memma says with a cocky look, oh, the weak and insignificant demon. As Naruto says, still as arrogant as ever. Zabuza looks at him and says, wait, this is your brother? As Zabuza looks at him and says, he's weaker than you think. As Naruto says, don't you think I know that? I'm not even in full power yet. As Memma says, shut up. As Naruto says, hey, is that you, Sasuke? As Sasuke says, yeah, hi. As Memma says, Memma shouts, stop ignoring me. As Memma throws a kunai at Naruto, which hit his face but just bounces off. As Naruto says, is that supposed to do something? As Memma says, how? Naruto looks at him and says, because I'm stronger than you. As Memma charges with a Rasengan at him, as he pushes Zabuza out of the way and it hits him with a Rasengan, which barely did anything. As Naruto says, my turn. As he does, Renewal Taekwondo, Naruto Original, Dragon Kick, as he kicks Memma in the gut. As he whispers, I'm sorry, Ninetales. As two dragons made of chakra launch at Memma, which sends him into a tree, knocking him out. As he looks at them and says, anyone else? As Mita says, it's my turn. She tries to use her chakra chains to capture Naruto. Well, it works, as Mito says, too easy. As she runs towards him doing some handstands, as he shouts, great fireball jutsu, as it engulfs Naruto. As Kakashi says, Mito, don't. But it's too late. As Kakashi asks why Mito she did it. As she says, weaklings aren't meant to live. As she walks to get Memma. As they all hear Naruto say, you're just as disappointing as your brother. As he's behind Mito. As he does, Renewal Taekwondo, Naruto Original 2, Dragon Claw Fist. As a blue dragon fist made of chakra launches Mito to the same tree that Memma was. As she hits him as the tree falls down. Naruto says, as Naruto thinks, I have been wanting to do that forever. As Kakashi says, you didn't have to go that far, and how are you this strong? As Naruto says, well, they have to learn somehow. And how I became this strong? Training. A lot of training. As Kakashi says, I get it that they need to learn a lesson, but Take it easy on them. They're still kids. As Naruto says, I'm still a kid and I'm stronger than them. As Kakashi can't argue with that. Satsuki runs to him and asks Satsuki Satsuki asks him to come back to the villages. Naruto says no. Satsuki says why. Naruto says that he abandoned the place the day that they try to kill him. They try to kill him. As Satsuki says, but it's his home. Naruto says that place was never my home. I'm sorry, Satsuki, but I found a new home now, and it's filled with and it's the awesomest place ever. As Satsuki looks sad. Naruto comforts her and says that he'll be at the Chunin exams in a few. He'll be in the Chunin exams. As Satsuki is confused about this, as Naruto says, ask Kakashi. As Naruto hugs her and says that he'll be there. As he releases the hug, as he goes to Zabuza, picks up Haku and disappears. Yeah. Later, Memma and Mito wake up as they ask Kakashi where Naruto is. As Kakashi says that he left after whooping their butts. Sorry. As Kakashi says that he left. As Memma says, I knew he was a coward. As Kakashi says, a coward who beat both of you with one punch and a kick. As Memma growls. Kakashi says, well, I doubt that Zabuza would come after us, but still be on guard. As they help Tazuna build the bridge. Naruto, Zabuza, and Haku, they're outside of Gato's hideout. As Zabuza says, so you remember the plan? As Naruto says, yeah. Well, you ready, Haku? As Haku says, ready as I'll ever be. As they raid Gato's hideout with some villagers, as they dispose of his guards at the front. Naruto says that Zabuza and Haku can take out Gato and his men while he rescues the villagers. As they split up, Naruto finds the villagers and frees them as they thank him for saving them. As he beats up any guards that come their way. With Zabuza and Haku, they would take out Gato's men, as the fight with Zabuza and Gato's men would still go the same, but he doesn't have his arms broken this time, and Haku's also there, so it takes like 5 minutes or so. As they all meet outside. As Naruto asks Haku to escort the villagers to wave, as Haku guides them. As Zabuza says, so where to next? Naruto says, protect these people for me, Zabuza. I'm sure they'll need a hero one day. As Zabuza agrees to this. Naruto leaves waving goodbye, as Tazuna would learn that Naruto, Zabuza, and Haku were the ones who freed them from Gato and his men, so the bridge was still named the Great Naruto Bridge. With also the Great Naruto Bridge, or the Great Zabuza Bridge, or the Great Haku Bridge. There are several names for the bridge, but it's always the 3 prominent ones I just said. So yeah. Memma and Mito are jealous since they don't have the glory for once, as Naruto would start to go back to Mount Yugawa. As after all of the all of the shenanigans that wave, he would climb Hyugawa as the villagers would be there to welcome him as all of them start to party. As Naruto says, no parties, I want to go to sleep. As the villagers still drag him into it. After the party, Emma and S pull Naruto aside as they tell him what Hiruzen told him in part 1. As he tells Naruto that the 3rd Hokage and 4th Hokage miss him, and also wants him to return to the village. As Naruto says, at least someone cares. Oh, and by the way, Lord Third asked me to hand you a proposition. As Naruto says, proposition? Enma says, well, the 3rd Hokage asked me to send you as a guard for the Chunin exams. As Naruto says, well, wait, the 3rd Hokage wanted me to be his guard? But why? As Emma says, well, I have too much. Guard? Can't you just be his bodyguard? As Emma says, I have too much stuff to take care of here, and I can't leave the mountain. I have to make sure that we don't get attacked. As Naruto says, I understand, but I'm not a ninja of any village. No, I'm not an official ninja yet.